The other good news I have for you is today is the last lesson in the grammar book. So turn to page 175. 175. Excuse me. My allergies have been going crazy, so I hope I don't sneeze, but I feel like one's coming. So hopefully it's just like everything's itchy right now. Okay. Page 175, Harmony probably remembers this. I'm sure Christian does too. Um, this is more like a fun lesson where we actually make a list of random words. Have you guys ever heard of Mad Libs before? Have you ever heard of that, Grayson? It's basically kind of like a game where you make a list of random words like this in each of these categories, and then we plug it into a story, and then we read the story, and it just comes out really funny and weird and just fun. So that's what we're going to do for today's lesson. You guys are going to take turns telling me different words to write down. Now, you can copy my words or you can write your own. We're just going to make a list together and I'm going to read it. I'm going to just read the story on my version. This will be a mix of all of your ideas. And it turns out pretty funny. So this is going to be a story about Robin Hood, our story, like our version of the story. So I'll start with Christian. I need an adjective to start us off. Remember, those are like your five senses, how something tastes or smells or looks.
Tall,
Wait, say it again.
tall,
Tall. Got it. So these are random, remember. That's okay. Noun, a place, Grayson. We need a place.
Woods.
Woods, okay. Next one, and like I said, you can copy mine if you want, or you can just make your own list. You can go ahead of me even. So we'll fill this one out together. So Harmony, what about an action verb? Something,
Oh,
an action.
sleep,
Sleep. It's a good one. I need more of it. Adjective, back to you, Christian. What's an adjective? Another one.
short,
Short. I see a theme here. Okay, another action verb, past tense. So this is going to be one with the ed, Grayson. So something that already happened.
walked.
Good. Walked. I don't know why my thing is rattling here. Okay. And then a ly adverb, Harmony. This is somethingly, like quickly.
It's your LY adverb. Okay.
amazingly,
Oh, good one. Amazingly. Okay, good. Another adjective, great Christian. You keep getting the adjectives. What's another one?
large,
Okay, large. Good. Noun, Grayson. This is going to be a person, place, or a thing or animal. Anything.
Tiger.
Tiger. Good one. Tiger. A time period. So this is going to be like afternoon, evening, morning, daytime, nighttime, anything like that, Harmony.
daytime,
Daytime. Got it. Daytime. And then another place, Christian. Finally, you got something different here.
just gonna do the black market.
Did you say black market?
Yep,
Okay. Black market. Ly adverb, Grayson.
Slowly.
Slowly, good one. Two nouns this time, Harmony, for you.
Can you think of two nouns for her? Person, place, or thing.
Princess Daisy.
Okay. Princess Daisy and who?
Okay.
And Mario, maybe? You need two of them.
Yeah.
Two nouns. Give me one more. Princess
Luigi.
Daisy and Luigi.
And Luigi. Perfect. I see a theme on that one too. Okay, and then a noun for you, Christian. It's going to be an animal.
Dog.
Dog. Ly adverb, Grayson, something Lee.
Intensively.
Ooh, like it. A speaking verb, Harmony, that's how somebody says something like yelled or whispered or mumbled, something like that.
Which one? What do you think? Pick one.
Shouting.
Okay. Shouting or shouted. I'll put shouted. I'm not sure what tense it needs to be, but that's a good one. Two adjectives. Back to you, Christian.
Fast and then slow.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that would work, huh? Fast and slow. Because if you're talking about a car, which is a noun, it could be a fast car or a slow car. That would work. Okay. Uh, Another adjective, Grayson.
Smell.
Okay, it could be like smelly. Smelly. An ly adverb, something Lee, Harmony.
Interesting.
Wait.
Mm,
Interestingly, maybe?
Yep.
Okay, that'll work. Interestingly. And then Christian, an action verb. Past tense, yeah.
Swam.
Oh, good one. Swam. And then another ly, Grayson, almost there. Something Lee.
Exquisitely.
Exquisitely. Exquisitely. Yes, you stumped me on that one. Exquisitely. Exquisitely. Okay, here we go. Exquisitely. Extremely beautiful. I love that word. Exquisitely beautiful. Food, Harmony.
Pizza.
Pizza, of course. Yes. It's a good one. And then an adjective, Christian, again. Could be something like sticky or slimy.
Loud.
Loud. Got it. All right, you guys, we are ready. Now, if you wrote these down, great. If you did not, if you have other words, that's fine too. We're just going to read this version. So if you have a different version than this, you can read it to your parents later. Now turn to page 181 in your books. This is the actual story here, page 181. And I'm going to go ahead and read it since I have kind of like the master list here. So I'm going to read it and plug in the words that you guys gave me. So we'll see how this turns out. Page 181. The title is Maid Marian by Christian, Grayson, and Harmony. This is a combination. Maid Marian, who was very tall, hey, that one worked out, lived in a woods under the protection of King Richard. So far, it's working out, actually. He had left the country to sleep in battle. While the king was away, John, his short brother, walked the land. Because John amazingly taxed the peasants, Maid Marian was large. Okay. She wanted Robin Hood's tiger. One daytime, Maid Marian ventured into the black market. Whoa. Looking for Robin Hood. She said to him, John's sheriff has become slowly rich by taxing the peasants. He has taken their Princess Daisy and Luigi. Oh no. This could be a movie now, huh? Tuesday, he will ride through the forest on a dog to protect a wagon load of stolen goods. Intensively, make him return them to the poor. Robin Hood shouted, You are as fast as you are smelly. I will follow your plan. In this way, Maid Marian helped Robin and his men return to the interesting. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I messed up. The smelly. Oh, wait, let me back up. I messed up. You are as fast as you are slow. That's what it says. You are as fast as you are slow. I will follow your plan. In this way, Maid Marian helped Robin and his men return to the smelly poor that was interestingly taken from them. When King Richard later returned from the wars, he swam peace. Because Robin Hood was no longer an outlaw, he and Maid Marian exquisitely were married. They served pizza at the loud wedding feast and all had a merry time. There you go. Good job. Oh boy. Okay, so if you have different words, you can read it later to your parent. It's kind of fun. So what you do is just keep your finger on your list of words there. And every time you come to a blank, you say the word that you picked. Or, you could do it with somebody in your family, have them pick the words. Anyway, just for fun. So we're not going to do a practice page together in class today. You're going to do the rest of the book by yourself for homework, and you're going to finish the book. You're going to go all the way to page 180. Don't throw away the book when you're done. Give it to your parent. Actually, you should hang on to it for yourself till we're done with the class, because, sometimes there's things in here that help us out, like the preposition list and things like that. So you can use your grammar book still to help you with your writing. So don't throw it away. Hang on to it. And then at the end, you can give it to your parent. Good job, you guys. We are there at the very end. So next week, we won't even have a grammar lesson. Just get right into the binder. Okay, so go ahead and get out your binders next. And you can take out what you're working on for Oceania. You should have some of those white pages where we started with A, B, and C and the fused. Okay, get the right one here. That's Tuesday. Okay. Mine out. Should have a big white page, or it could be a small white page that you're working on. I helped another student with this one, so this one is going to show Pearl Harbor because we were working on this separately, but you should have Roman numeral 2 filled out for A, B, and C, and then the fused is a combination of those facts. Remember, when we fuse them together, we're combining A, B, and C. We're kind of mixing them up. Okay, let me get my stuff ready here. So I noticed, I said this earlier, I think I know everybody's topics now. Harmony, let me write yours down. You wrote about animals. Okay. So let's talk about Christians first. I know I saw your paper about Pearl Harbor so far, and you wrote basically the beginning of it, like the plan for attack, right? That was your first body paragraph. So now we're going to work on the next body paragraph, which is technically Roman numeral 3. And for you, Grayson, you're going to focus on the actual attack. So you already kind of talked about what happened before the attack. The next paragraph is going to be the attack itself. What happened? What date was it? How did the attack happen? And then your last body paragraph is going to be about the aftermath from it. What happened after the attack on Pearl Harbor? Because it actually got the United States involved in the World War at that point. So that would be your third body paragraph. So you guys are going to work on body paragraphs 2 and 3 this week. I said earlier, it's not going to be a 5-paragraph paper. I'm going to stop at 3. So basically, you're going to focus on your 3 body paragraphs. You already have 1 done. So you have 2 more to write this week. And then we're going to decide next week, I'm going to show you how to make a slideshow. And then you're going to present what you learned to the class. That's the plan. Okay. So, for Christian, you're going to write about the actual attack. For Grayson, you basically talked about the size of the Great Barrier Reef, which was perfect. That was a great way to introduce it. So your next topic could be like the sea creatures that live there, or the islands that it includes. You can decide what you want to put your second body paragraph about, because the Great Barrier Reef is so large, it actually is part of some of the islands in Oceania. Okay, so you can decide on what topic you want to write next. And then for Harmony, you wrote about animals. I haven't seen your paragraph yet, but did you focus on one animal, or did you focus on kind of a lot of animals in that paragraph? Or have you done it yet?
Types of animals.
Okay, so types of animals.
Animal habit.
Habitat.
Oh, yes, okay.
Interesting facts.
Types, habitat, and interesting facts. Now, are those all in one paragraph, or those are your 3 topics? Okay, I see you shaking your head. Okay. So did you start with the types of animals that are there? Perfect. So you got the types of animals. Now you're going to focus on the habitat then next, right? Good. Got it. Okay. So everybody knows what their next topic is. Go ahead and flip this white page over to the back. Let's set this up. This is going to be for Roman numeral 3. So you're going to have your 3 sources, A, B, and C. You're going to do Roman numeral 3 here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through 1 through 5. And 4 and 5, or no, it's just 5 that's optional. Okay. So this is going to be your third topic. So for Christian, it's the attack, Pearl Harbor attack. For Grayson, you're going to decide if it's going to be about the sea creatures or the islands. Kind of makes sense to talk about the islands next, since you're kind of talking about where it is. So you could put to abbreviate GBR, your Great Barrier Reef, you could put GBR Islands, GBR Islands on yours. And then Harmonies is going to be animals habitat. Go ahead and set up B. 5 is in parentheses. Go ahead and set up C. This is all Roman numeral 3. And then in the bottom, it's fused, outline. I know I'm doing this kind of fast. I'll give you a minute to get it set up. This one's going to be 1 through 6. Okay, while you're working on that, just remember this, and this is a great skill to take with you in any writing class you have. Even when you're done with my class and you go on to other writing classes, you can still use this skill to help you, especially when you're doing research. When you have more than one article or book or something like that to get information from. This is a great strategy to use, and it also protects you from plagiarism. We've talked about that before. When plagiarism is when you copy somebody else's work word for word, and then you pretend like it's your work. That's basically cheating. So this protects you from that. You're only pulling keywords and then you're putting it into your own words. It's a great skill to take with you. So all right, thumbs up if you know what you're going to write about for paragraph, or I should say Roman numeral 3. Thumbs up if you know what your next paragraph is going to be about. Okay, I see that. Good. Good. Okay, you guys got it. So now during class, I'm going to give you some time to work on this. You should be able to minimize your Zoom call and open up a new tab on your computer or a separate device. Go to your articles. Hopefully you bookmarked them. And it should be something like Britannica for kids or National Geographic for kids. You guys are going to do some work in class today with that. Does anybody need help finding what articles they used last time? No? Good. Okay, so it looks like you know what to do. So go ahead and open up those articles and look for information that matches the topic that you're on. So for Christian, it's the attack. For Grayson, it's the islands that are part of the Great Barrier Reef. For Harmony, it's going to be the animals' habitat. Like, what is their habitat? You're probably going to talk a little bit about the Great Barrier Reef in yours too, Harmony, because that's part of Oceania. So look for that information on the articles that you were using and let me know if you need any help. I'm just going to wait right here for a minute and let you get started on your research. You're going to look for each article is a different letter on your outline. So A, article A, try to keep that together with just one article, then B, and then C, and then you'll combine those for the fused. while you guys are working on that, I'm going to pull up your paragraphs and give you some feedback on Google Classroom. So just let me know if you have any questions while you're working. Christian, I'm looking at your first paragraph. I really like it. It looks really, really good. A couple of things for a VSS. Do you remember how many words are in a VSS?
6 or less.
It's actually 2 to 5. 2 to 5 is the rule. Yeah. So no more than 5. So you have too many on your VSS. You'll need to fix that. And then your last sentence, it's good. I want you to keep it, but I don't want it in that first paragraph because you talked about how many people died in the attack. You should save that for the end when you're talking about what happened after the attack. Okay.
Mhm.
So that first paragraph should only be, you have a great start to it because you talked about Admiral Yamamoto, I think his name is, and how he planned, why he planned the attack. All that's good. Just keep that last sentence and use it later. So you'll have to think of a new sentence to end that first paragraph with, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Um, I think you did your paper on Word, right? It's not on Google Docs. I see that. I think it's a Word doc.
I did it on my computer, then sent it to my mom, so.
Okay. So I can't edit on it, but I'll make a note in the private comments and I'll send it back to you if you if you need to work on it, or you might have to work on it later. That's okay too.
Mhm.
Okay. Grayson, how's yours coming? Are you finding some facts?
It's been kind of hard to find facts, but I'm kind of starting to find them now.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's hard to sift through some of that, but I'm glad you found some. If you need help though, let me know, okay? Okay. And how about you, Harmony? Are you finding information about the habitat of the animals? Looks like she's working. Um, if you need to use another site, if you want to Google your specific topic, you can. That can help you. Just make sure when you Google, add 4 kids after you type in your Google search. Make sure you add 4 kids. Like um, for Harmony, if you need to look for a new article that talks about the habitat of the animals in Oceania, 4 kids. And then that should pull up articles that are a little bit easier to read and not so many pop-ups. Yes, Grayson.
So if I only can find 3 sentences for my first paragraph. I know we have to do 4, but I really can't find anything else on the National Geographic site.
And you're talking about for the islands.
Yeah. So could I stick with three, or do
Yeah,
you
stick
want?
with three. Yeah, stick with three. That's okay.
Okay.
You can move on to the next one. Harmony, give me a thumbs up if you're doing okay. Okay, good. Yes, Grayson.
So for on top, I did all like the islands by it.
Okay.
So could I, for my B, because I'm like blank right now, could
Okay.
I write out one of those islands on topic B?
Um, and you're talking about on your outline under B? Is that
Yeah,
what you mean? Okay, so you're looking at this, you're talking about this part of your outline right here.
yeah, for topic B, because I listed all of the um islands off the by the Great Barrier Reef. So I was just because I'm blank right now.
Okay.
So could I write about one of those islands on topic B?
Oh, yeah, you can. I see what you mean. So
Yeah.
your topic is the islands. So whatever you want to put about the islands, some of them are going to be part of other countries.
Mhm.
Like the Hawaiian Islands are part of America.
Yeah.
And then they've got other islands that are part of Fiji. And so, yeah, you can explain like what country they're with and maybe a little bit about the people that live there. So whatever you want to put about the islands, that's okay to fill in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You don't have to just list the islands, in other words, because that's gonna be hard to write.
Okay.
Tell more about it. Good. That's a good question. Um, And also for this is for everybody. I do want to set up the next paragraph for you because, like I said, you're going to write two more paragraphs this week. So let's pause on your research. You can finish up writing down whatever you're working on at the moment, but you do need another piece of white paper. If you have a big one, great. If you don't, you can use printer size or even lined paper, whatever you have with you right now. And we're going to set up Roman numeral 4. Okay, because I want you to work on that too this week. I know it's a lot, but we're wrapping it up um so that we can work on the slides next week. Okay, so go ahead and get out a new piece. This is your last one of the year, so yay. Fold it like taco fold first. You guys know that? And then over past the middle and then the other on top of that. So you end up with a square. That's how we fold it. We're just going to keep going with the Roman numerals, even though we're not making this a 5-paragraph paper anymore. It's only going to be 3. I want you to open this back up. And we're going to set it up for Roman numeral 4, which is I and a V like this. Okay. And this is going to be 1 through 5. 5 in parentheses. And for this one, you guys can go ahead and write your topic because you already know what it is. So for this one, Christians is going to be after attack or aftermath, however you want to word it. So after the Pearl Harbor attack. So you could put after attack PH on each one of yours. For Grayson, it's going to be about the sea creatures. That one's probably going to be easier for you to write about. So you can put GBR for Great Barrier Reef sea creatures. And then Harmonies is going to be animals. Interesting facts, I think you said your third one was about. So, okay, so animals interesting. That's fine. That can be your last topic. And then for B, same thing. You're going to set it up. The topic stays the same on all these, you guys know. That. C. Under B, used, outline, Roman numeral 4, and then 1 through 6. And clincher. Remember, your topic is the same for the whole page. The only difference is you're taking from different sources. So the A, B, and C represent the source. So one source is Britannica or whatever you picked. One source is National Geographic and one source is something else. So 3 different websites. That's the only thing that changes on this, but the topics all stay the same. All of Roman numeral 4 is going to be the topic I told you. All right, so we still have a few minutes left in class. Go ahead and go back to Roman numeral 3. I just wanted to make sure you had time to set that up. So it's ready. So your goal is to get through Roman numeral 3 and 4 and use your fused outlines on 3 and 4 to write the next 2 paragraphs. Does anybody have any questions right now for me? No? Okay. You can go ahead and keep working then. Grayson?
So for um our paragraphs 4,
Uh-huh.
could I every like little section because it's about the animals, could I write about one animal? Like topic
Hmm.
A, I write about an animal. Topic B, I write about a specific animal. Topic C, I write about a specific animal there.
That's a great idea. So instead of they're actually sources. So in whatever website you're using for A, yeah, pick one animal, write about that animal, and then go to the next source. Is that what you mean? B and write about a different animal. So when you do the fused though, make sure you put the facts together, like maybe 2 facts from A together and then 2 from B and 2 from C. Yeah, I like that idea. That's good. Christian, how far did you get on your outlines? Have you finished A and B yet?
I finished I'm done with the whole Roman numeral 2 page. So I did the fused outline for Roman numeral 2.
2 or 3? You mean 3? Yeah. Okay, good. So you're starting on Roman numeral 4 next? Perfect. Good. Awesome. Okay, just checking in on that. Any questions for me?
Nope.
All right, you guys, we're at 11:15 already. Good job working. I can see everybody working hard. So your homework this week is to finish up Roman numeral 3, use your fused to write the second body paragraph, finish up Roman numeral 4, use your fused to write your third body paragraph, and that's your homework other than the grammar. And that's it. So I will see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, you guys. Bye, Harmony. Bye, Christian.